of indie anthems, maximum rock and roll, and the best in brand new music every single Monday between 7 and 9. And I'm delighted to say that joining me live in the studio tonight are Cameron and Rizzy from a brilliant band called Long Island. How are you two doing? All right?
Thank you.
Yeah, we're great, thanks.
Thank you for taking the time out to join us tonight. We're going to talk all about the band and we are going to play a couple of your tracks as well, a couple which have been recorded as a session version just for us at Tameside Radio. So first of all, thank you so much for doing that. It really, really does mean a lot. I'm going to play one of them songs now before we get into the interview. This is a track called Home Wrecker. Rizzy, tell us a little bit about this song.
Well, it was originally inspired because we used to listen to a lot of drum and bass to get us super hyper for recording. So it's like a indie song that's got like elements of drum and bass inside it, of where the chorus really slaps, and it's a heartbreak song, so hopefully you relate to that.
Well, let's hear it. A special recording of a brilliant track called Home Wrecker just for us at Tameside Radio. This is Long Island. Sounding absolutely amazing. That is Long Island on Tameside Radio with a special recording of Home Wrecker, a recording that they did just for this show. So it means a lot to us. It really, really does. And I am delighted to say, joining us tonight on the show on Tameside Radio, Cameron and Rizzy from the band. So once again, thank you so much for doing that. Cameron, let's go right back to the beginning. Long Island, where did it all begin?
Long Island originally started as a master's project at the University of Huddersfield. We were doing a module that was called the Group Project, and it was me and Rhiannon and a third member called Brad, who after the Masters moved to Australia. But we started out mainly just with the intention of writing music for that project, and then it went really, really well. So it's kind of all started from that point and all just gone from there.
So how long ago was this then?
Year and a half, 2 years ago.
I feel like you've been around a lot longer than that, which is pretty crazy, really. But one thing I do want to ask you about, and I know that Letitia's already picked up on it, while we were playing that last song, is the name. And I'm going to ask Rizzy, the reason for the name.
Well, many people think it's because we're from America or like we've been to Long Island, but that is not the case. It actually comes from the cocktail Long Island iced tea. When we'd originally wrote that album, we went out to celebrate, and Cameron was like, "Oh, it's my favourite cocktail, you should try it." And long story short, I drank a couple and then died.
I love finding out where bands got the name from. So you all started this band, Long Island. You came together, as Cameron just told us. Rizzy, what about the influences for the band? Were you all into the same kind of stuff?
Not at all. We've got quite a variety of taste. I'm personally into like quite an indie style of music. I mean, some of the Manchester bands and some things further afield. Where Cameron, if you want to talk a bit about what you're into.
Yeah, I'm really into a lot of pop, a lot of indie pop. So I love bands like Fickle Friends, like Pale Waves, The 1975, anything like that. And then going to the other members of the band, like Jan is really into jazz, really into all of this like weird electronic music. So we just kind of amalgamate all of our influences into one massive melting pot of genres.
It's really good. I always use the term where like you'll get all them influences, all them genres, put them in like a big thing, mix it all up, and that's what comes out. And listening to your music, you have got a song that belongs to Long Island. That's what I feel anyway. Since forming 18 months ago, what kind of gigs and that have you been playing so far, Rizzy? Have you had any favourite gigs you can remember from the band?
I feel like we've been kind of lucky. We've just had these cool opportunities come our way, and we've just we supported a band called Corella in York.
Great band. They're about to headline the Ritz, aren't they?
It was a brilliant gig. It was one of our first gigs, and it was amazing, completely sold out. And Tom A. Smith also played, and we've also supported the Royston Club in Huddersfield, which was another brilliant one. And recently, the best one is we supported Andrew Cushion, you might have heard of him, in Scunthorpe, and that was hammered. It was a brilliant gig. Honestly, we just love getting out there and playing. We're always on the search for more gigs. So if you're listening, then...
You have done some great things, and we're going to talk more about the future of Long Island shortly as well. But as well as that, in what is relatively a short space of time, Cameron, again, we were talking off air, you do all the amazing production for the music. You've got a fair amount of music out there as well. Where does the music come from? Is it just one of you that writes it, or is it all of you that does it?
So it's quite a weird way that we tend to work. Usually I will write loads of little ideas on my computer, and then send them to Rhiannon. So probably for every 10, 15 ideas I have, we'll maybe get one track that turns into something, and then I get really sad about the 14 other ideas I really love that don't turn into anything. But that's how it works. And then
it's all stuff you can go back to, though, isn't it?
Yes, and we do that sometimes. We revisit old things. I'm like, oh, that's actually really, really good now with fresh ears. But then we send it to the rest of the band when we feel like we're starting to have something, and it's like, you do your own thing now.
And I just want to clear up, we haven't got a third person in the studio. Rhiannon is Rizzy.
Yes.
Obviously, you give her the Sunday name, and Rizzy.
I do.
Music you've done so far, you've already released an album, which is an amazing, thing you've done. Wow, so far already. What made you take that decision to get an album out this so fast?
Because we did it as the uni project, before we'd even decided let's become a band and start gigging, we knew that it was quite high quality. We were going to just put it out. So we just put it out, and at that point we were like, let's become a band, and we started gigging, and it's just got more and more, and the next project should hopefully...
There will be people wondering now, is this still part of a uni project, or is that finished and this is Long Island its own thing?
Yeah, that's completely finished now. That a debut album, Infatuation's a Nightmare, was the uni project, and everything since is like our new era. It's got new flavours, and it's really fun to play live, so...
It sounds great. I do love hearing that. We're going to talk more about the future of the band in a minute. You've done some amazing gigs already. You've got that album out already, Infatuation's a Nightmare, which was released January last year. You've done loads of great stuff already. We want to know more about the future of the band, which is where we're going to go in a minute. But we are going to play another track now that you have done a special recording for us, a track called Just Another Day. Cameron, tell us a bit about this song.
Just Another Day is quite a summery upbeat tune. it's about how when things are going quite bad in life, really in the grand scheme of things, it's just another day. Like, it will end at some point, and really just like looking towards the future.
Do you know what we do? We have bands on every single Monday night on this show, and I know that a lot of the questions I ask are the same questions I ask the bands each week, but it's stuff that I do find really, really interesting. And one of them things, Rizzy, is all these songs you write, do they all mean something? Are they all personal, or is it a case of you've got the music and then you put the words to go with it?
Well, the most recent singles, we've got 3 that are out at the moment, and these are really personal. That first project was kind of had a theme of love, so even though we're all relating to love, that was kind of one-sided, where the new stuff really, I think, has much deeper meaning.
Well, let's have it, a really special recording just for us on this show of Just Another Day. This is Long Island on Tameside Radio.
It gets a little lonely when the show is over and everyone leaves. I get cold feet about going home, falling asleep and facing my bad dreams with no one to catch me, like a cig in the backseat, and hope that it might make me forget all the bad things. It's just another day in my life, and I know that you don't care. You told me to chill out and I'll be fine. I'm alright for now, but it never lasts. It's just another day in my life, and it seems to keep passing me by. I'm feeling alright. It's just another day in my life. I've been spending every day trying to do it right, and everybody says trying to be happy takes a lifetime. And if I'm gonna change, it won't be overnight. I thought I heard you say that it's never gonna happen, but it's our time. It's just another day in my life, and I know that you don't care. You told me to chill out and I'll be fine. I'm alright for now, but it never lasts. It's just another day in my life, and it seems to keep passing me by. I'm feeling alright, it's just another. And when I'm worn out and everybody's telling me to slow down, I'm still here living in my hometown, wishing I could find a way out. When all they ever see is that I'm focused on living in a dreamland, but what they don't understand is no matter what they say, to me it's just another day. To keep passing me by, I'm feeling alright. It's just another day in my life.
Tameside Radio, you are listening to the Dave Sweetmore Show. That's Long Island and a track called Just Another Day, a very special studio recording and version that they've done just for us on this show. So it's so good to hear that, and it really does mean a lot. I'm doing that as well. So Cameron and Rizzy from Long Island are with us in the studio. And Cameron, we were just talking a lot about what you've done since you formed in a real short space of time. You've brought an album out, you've supported loads of great people, done loads of great gigs. You know, and Rizzy mentioned that it is a project that's for the foreseeable. What's next for Long Island? You've got one album. Is it going to be another?
Currently, we have another single planned very, very soon. And then, did you want to announce it?
Go for it.
Go on then. We have an EP coming out.
Love it when this happens.
We have an EP coming out in September, which includes the 2 tracks that you just heard, and potentially a 3rd track, which you'll hear in a minute, plus the track that's coming out next month, and a few more. That'll be our first EP. It's slightly short. It's only ever so slightly shorter than our debut album, but it's like 2 tracks shorter than our album. But That's coming out in September, so keep an eye out for that.
Do you know what I really love? And it is the first time I've met you in this capacity as a band, as Long Island. I love the fact that just meeting you in like literally the last hour we've had together, there's a lot of longevity in this band and you can really see and feel that. What about gigs, Rizzy, going forward? You know, have you got much planned in the line of dates, festivals, tours, anything like that?
Yeah, well, at the moment we've got quite a few festivals on the books, which is super exciting. The next thing coming up is actually on the 15th of June and it is called the Longest Day Fest and that's in Cleckerton. So if you live anywhere near there, then feel free to come and watch. But we've also got one unannounced thing, which I will not spoil yet, but we're also playing the Rock and Roll Circus in Sheffield, and that's supporting Becky Hill, and that should be insane.
Wow.
We're on the BBC Introducing stage, so we're super excited about it.
There's loads of great stuff to look forward to, and I love interviewing people and hearing stories like this, and like I say, there's so much more to come from Long Island, and it's so good. You did mention there that you've got something coming up that you can't quite mention yet. If people do want to follow you and find out about gigs and find out when the EP is coming out and stuff, where's the best place to look?
Any social media platform that you are on, but I guess our favourite is Instagram, at Long Island UK. We're Long Island UK on everything, so Spotify, wherever you want to look for us, we will be there.
Next week, you are our Band of the Week on Local Music Spotlight. You're going to be in all the local newspapers from Thursday. You'll be on the website from weekend. You'll be on our Spotify playlist. And, of course, we will be playing you on every single daytime show next week. The breakfast show, the daytime show, and the drive time show. And, Rizzy, I want to come to you again with this because you're Staley Bridge, born and bred, literally 5 minutes down the road. How important for you as a young musician growing up in this part of the world is it that a station like a commercial station like this does get behind new music? And as you said before, that every time you get in a taxi, Tameside Radio's on. How important is it that someone like this is doing this for new bands?
It's absolutely huge. A lot of the mainstream radio stations, you know, they have very small opportunities for up-and-coming artists, which is still great. But to have something that's local and like putting that up-and-coming music as the first thing to promote it during your, like you were saying before, it plays on all the shows, so drive time, breakfast show, all the time. And some of these bands may have never been played on the radio. This is the first time we've ever done something like an interview live, which is super exciting. Was a little bit nervous before, but feeling much better now. And this area, I feel like, needs it. It's a very musical place. I also work on a project for young people in this area. It's like free to come to, where they make little bands and write music, and they did a gig at the Labour Club last week. And I imagine in 10 years' time, they might be here in their own bands, and it's just brilliant to see.
Do you know what I love? Not just what you're doing, but the excitement that came across with what you're doing. So wish you all the best with that, and we probably need to have a chat off air about that and see if we can do anything to help that as well at Tameside Radio. But it's really, really good. You are our Band of the Week next week on Local Music Spotlight. Going forward, Cameron, you know, I feel like you've already answered this, but you've got the EP, you've got a load of festivals. What's the plans for the future of Long Island? What's the future hold?
We just want to keep doing more and more, really. We want to play more gigs. We want to write more music. We already have plans for more music after the EP comes out. We'll probably start writing that soon, knowing us. In terms of gigs, we just want to play all the places that we haven't got to yet. So Liverpool. We really want to play in Liverpool. We'd like to do some more down south. We've only ever done one down in Oxford. Manchester more. We love Manchester.
Do you know what I love? And like I say, this is the first time we've met. It's the first time I've interviewed you. It does feel like Long Island are going nowhere. They're going to be around for a long time as a band. And it's great to have you both in the studio with us. One more track we're going to play in a minute before we let you go is a track called It's Our Time. Tell us a little bit about this, Rizzy.
Well, this is the first single off our up-and-coming EP, and this is a track about just believing in yourself, and no matter if life feels hard or whatever, just keep doing what you love to do, and eventually it will become your time, and it's called It's Our Time, so hopefully we're manifesting and it is our time.
Rizzy and Cameron, it's been a real pleasure having you in the studio. Long Island, our Band of the Week from Monday onwards next week on Local Music Spotlight. The only thing I'll ask is whatever you are doing in the future, please keep in touch, let us know what you're doing, and you know we'll get right behind you as well.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Cameron and Rizzy from Long Island, it's been a real pleasure having them in the studio tonight, and this is a brand new track. It's called It's Our Time. Thank you so much, both of you.
Thanks for having us.
Cheers.
Pointlessly floating around in your mind. You're always wavy, you lose track of time. You're over make it in the end, but you shouldn't really listen to what anybody else says. Take a break, step back, get out of your head. Stay the same and you'll never have a chance, my friend. Move on, find all that brings you joy in life. Let go, be free, it's our time. Have some faith, don't you know that you're on your way? Can't give up, it's been hard, but you will be okay. Won't be long till your dreams all work out, and they can't get your name out their mouth.
The Dave Sweetmore Show.